A very warm welcome to all of you once again. Our today's topic is ecosystem. This PPT includes information about ecology, ecosystem, structure of ecosystem, types of ecosystem, functions of ecosystem, and some important ecological concepts. At first, ecology. This is important for us to study ecology first because ecosystem is the part of ecology. So this is important for us to have an understanding of ecology before studying ecosystem. Ecology is natural science that studies relationships among the living organisms and their physical environment. Now, moving to the ecosystem. As you can see, ecosystem is composed of two parts, eco and system. The term eco refers to a part of the world and system refers to the coordinating units. Hence, we can define it as an ecosystem is a community of organisms and their physical environment interacting together. In another way, we can say an ecosystem is a structural and functional unit of ecology where the living organisms interact with each other and the surrounding environment. In one more way, we can say an ecosystem is a chain of interactions between organisms and their environment. Now the term ecosystem. The term ecosystem was first coined by the A.G. Tinsley, an English botanist in 1935. This flowchart is about the structure of ecosystem. This is very clear from this flowchart is the structure of ecosystem is composed of two main components, abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components are those which are non-living ones and biotic components are those which are living ones. Moving on detail, biotic components. Biotic components refer to all living components in an ecosystem and based on the type of nutrition, biotic components can be categorized into autotrophs, heterotrophs and saprotrophs. Autotrophs. Autotrophs are those which follows autotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic mode of nutrition is a kind of nutrition where an organism prepares its own food. They are also called producers. Producers include all autotrophs such as plants. They are called autotrophs as they can produce food through the process of photosynthesis. Consequently, all other organisms higher up on the food chain rely on producers for food. Next, heterotrophs. Heterotrophs are those which follows the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is a kind of nutrition where organisms depend upon other organisms for food to survive. They are also called consumers. Consumers can be further classified into primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and quaternary consumers on the basis of who eats who or who depends on who. Primary consumers are always herbivores as they rely on producers for food. For example, cows, horses, goats, plant-eating insects, etc. Secondary consumers. Secondary consumers depend on primary consumers for energy. They can either be carnivores or omnivores. For example, birds which eat plant-eating insects, fish which eat zooplankton that survive off photosynthetic phytoplankton, etc. Now, tertiary consumers. Tertiary consumers are organisms that depend on secondary consumers for food. Tertiary consumers can also be carnivores or omnivores. For example, foxes, sea turtles and etc. Quaternary consumers. Quaternary consumers are present in some food chains. These organisms prey on tertiary consumers for energy. Furthermore, they are usually at the top of food chain as they have no natural predators. For example, lions, wolves, polar bears and etc. Now, decomposers. Decomposers include saprophytes such as fungi and the bacteria. They directly thrive on the dead and decaying organic matter. Decomposers are essential for the ecosystem as they help in recycling nutrients to be reused by the plants. Now, abiotic components. Abiotic components include all the edaphic and climatic factors. For example, non-living air, water, soil, minerals, and extra. Now, types of ecosystem. An ecosystem can be as small as an oasis in the desert and as big as an ocean, spanning through the thousands of miles. There are mainly two types of ecosystem: aquatic ecosystem and terrestrial ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystems are ecosystems present in a body of water. These can be further divided into two types, namely freshwater ecosystem, marine ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystem is an aquatic system that includes lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, and wetlands. They have no salt content in contrast with the marine ecosystem. The most important difference between freshwater ecosystem and marine ecosystem is the salt water content, which is absent in freshwater ecosystem and present in marine ecosystem. The marine ecosystem includes seas and oceans. They have a more substantial salt content and greater biodiversity in comparison to the freshwater ecosystem. Now next, terrestrial ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem, they are generally or exclusively land-based ecosystems. There are different types of terrestrial ecosystems distributed around various geological zones. They are as follows: forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, tundra ecosystem, desert ecosystem. Forest ecosystem. A forest ecosystem consists of several plants, particularly trees, animals, and microorganisms that live in coordination with the abiotic factors of the environment. Forests help in maintaining the temperature of Earth and are the major carbon sink. Desert ecosystem. Deserts are found throughout the world. These are regions with little rainfall and scarce vegetation. The days are hot and the nights are cold. Tundra ecosystem. Tundra ecosystems are devoid of trees and are found in cold climates or where rainfall is scarce. These are covered with snow for most of the year. Tundra type of ecosystem is found in Arctic or mountain tops. Grassland ecosystem. In a grassland ecosystem, the vegetation is dominated by the grasses and herbs. Temperate grasslands and tropical or savanna grasslands are examples of grassland ecosystems. Now, functions of ecosystem. The functions of ecosystem are as follows. The abiotic components help in the synthesis of organic components that involve the exchange of energy. For example, the process of photosynthesis. Ecosystem regulates the essential ecological processes, supports life system, and renders stability. It is also responsible for the cycling of nutrients between biotic and abiotic components. It maintains a balance among the various trophic levels in the ecosystem. It cycles the minerals through the biosphere. Now, some important ecological concepts. Some important ecological concepts are food chain, food web, and ecological pyramid. Food chain. The sunlight is the ultimate source of energy on Earth. It provides the energy required for all plant life. The plants utilize this energy for the process of photosynthesis, which is used to synthesize their food. During this biological process, light energy is converted into chemical energy and is passed on through successive tropical levels. The flow of energy from a producer to a consumer and eventually to an apex predator or a retritivore is called the food chain. Here in this figure, this is very clear. This figure is about three kinds of food chains: a 3-linked food chain, a 4-linked food chain, and a 5-linked food chain, where you can see the base is producer and the energy is moving on from producers to primary consumers. Sorry for the disturbance. Let's start again. This figure is about three kinds of food chains: a 3-linked food chain, a 4-linked food chain, and a 5-linked food chain, where the energy is flowing from producer level to primary to secondary to tertiary and finally to quaternary consumers. Now next, food web. food web. This figure is very clear. It's looking like a spider web where all the food chains are interconnected to each other. Hence, we can say a food web is a network of interconnected food chains. It comprises all the food chains within a single ecosystem. It helps in understanding that plants lay the foundation of all the food chains. In a marine environment, phytoplanktons form the primary producers. Next, ecological pyramid. An ecological pyramid is a graphical representation of the relationship between the different living organisms at different trophic levels. Charles developed the concept of pyramid of number. G. Evelyn and Raymond developed the idea of pyramid of energy. And on the basis of all these ecological pyramids, all the basis of different factors or different bases, ecological pyramid can be divided into pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, and pyramid of energy. First, pyramid of numbers. In this type of ecological pyramid, the number of organisms in each trophic level is considered as a level in the pyramid. The pyramid of numbers is usually upright, except for some situations. In that case, the pyramid of number is inverted. For example, the detritus food chain, where many organisms feed on one dead plant or animal. Pyramid of biomass. In this particular type of ecological pyramid, each level takes into account the amount of biomass produced by each trophic level. The pyramid of biomass is also upright, except for that observed in oceans where large number of zooplanktons depend on relatively smaller number of phytoplanktons. Last but not the least, ecological pyramid. Pyramid of energy. Pyramid of energy is the only type of ecological pyramid which is always upright, as the energy flow in a food chain is always unidirectional. Also, with every increasing trophic level, some energy is lost into the environment. So, it is always upright in nature. That's all for today. For detailed study, come to the class. Thank you.